Hi, my name's Dave. Welcome to Cowman Ranch. Eventually in this video we'll get into exactly what and why I'm doing what I'm doing here on this new 16-acre piece of land that I purchased about 8 months ago. But today we're building a chicken coop, or not chicken coop, like a run, basically, like their home pen, basically, right here. There's the coop that I built, and we're building this so they'll have access to this pretty much anytime. And then I'll have 3 pastures right there. I'll have 1, 2, 3, and it'll come out this way all the way down to the wood line, right? And then I'll be able to let them out into this one. It'll come all the way down to the wood line. It'll be like 2.5 acres. Each pen will be about 2.5 acres. And then the third one obviously over there. Zip. 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 And zip. And clip. 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 But the real question is, will it actually work? Let's find out. Oh, that's not bad for ex-truck driver. Now on to the next project here in the chicken pen. I'm going to build me a paver, almost like a little patio right here, to put my water, my big water on, because when the ducks, any kind of water that would sit there, they'll start with the bills, their beaks or whatever, down in the mud, and they'll make big giant muddy messes, right? And they'll keep playing in it, keep playing it, keep playing it. My thought is, if I build a little, I don't know, 3.5 by 3.5 patio, real simple, the water will run down through the cracks into the little pea gravel below and down into the ground, and they won't have access to it to make a mess. Just trying to keep everything really nice for them. So that's the basic idea of it right there. It's just going to be 4 pieces of treated 2x4s. I'm going to fill that with pea gravel. I'll take a little bit of that dirt out, fill it with pea gravel, and then put these pavers on top. See, I bought these 4 pavers to put on top. Pea gravel underneath it. Just try to keeping everything clean and not a muddy mess. Is it needed? No. But why only do what you need to do? I'm all about not making the animals okay, you know what I mean? Not making them so they can survive. I'm going to give these animals a life like no other one of these animals I've ever seen in their lives. Look at them. The quackers. Duck, 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 duck. You guys are ready, aren't you? Huh? These ones they were in the brooder. Well, actually, I should say, I don't know what I'm going to call that. The pen. Because the brooder technically is over here. They stay in there with the light on for maybe 14, 15 days, and then they get moved into here. And then they're basically just able to, as they are ready, as much as they feel like they want to do, come out and join the others. And so on. Then they're just in here. And then once I open that door over there, pandemonium's gonna happen. I'll show you the door. Finished this yesterday. Made them a little ladder or whatever it is up there, a little ramp. And then I got their door right there. I can't wait to open that up. It's going to be pretty exciting for them and me. Here's a typical day. I'm out here working. All you see is little duck eyeballs looking over the thing at me right there. See them? A whole herd of duck eyeballs. There's some nosy. I think they've imprinted on me. They think I'm mommy. Look at them. Duck, 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 duck. Oh. That looks like a square. I know you guys want to come out. I've only got a few more little projects, and then I can let you guys out here so I can come in there and finish the few little projects I have. And then your little coop there will be all done. Something like that. I gotta get a little more pea gravel. I'll fill in the cracks. I'll set the water in the middle. Then as much as they want to splash, it's going to filter down through the rocks, and pretty much, well, most of it will. 70 or 80% of it will stay in there where they really can't get at the mud and water and stuff. A little bit will probably be out here still. But, you know, trial and error. We'll see. You can only do what you can do. Yeah, it seems to be working so far. If nothing else, it looks nice. Like I said, it might not keep 100% of the mud and stuff and then making a mess with it. But ducks, if you allow the water to splash around like that, get around where the water is, they'll just turn it into a giant mud hole. This, you know, kind of keeps them from being able to get where the ground's wet. If anything is splash out, will either go on the rocks or it'll go down in these cracks, sink down in the ground about 6-8 inches of that stone, and kind of filter out deeper under the ground where they don't see it. If they don't see it, they don't try to get it. But I am thinking I'm going to build an addition. I'm going to build an addition over here and put their feeder right there. Probably the same. I'll probably just do the same thing. Feeder, you don't really have to worry about it that much, but the water, like I said, they will make a muddy mess. Now I'm just showing off, I guess. That might be like a little bit overkill. The chicken coop now has a patio entrance. Duck, 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 duck. Hey. Duck, 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 duck. Release the quackins. Duck, 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 duck. Come on, here, duck. Come, duck. Come on. Here, duck. Watch that first step. Come on, duck. Come on, duck. Come on, duck. Come on, duck. Come on. Come on, duck. Come on, duck. Come on, duck. Come on. Come on, duck. Come on. Come on, duck. Duck, duck, duck. Duck, 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 duck. Come on. Well, that didn't last long. What a muddy mess. One decent rainstorm, and they've literally turned this into a muddy mess. And the funny thing is, while, you know, I put all that work into making it so perfect for them, they seem to be about 10 times happier now. You know, they're ducks being ducks. This is what ducks like to do. That hole wasn't even there. You know, I had this all smooth, perfectly level. As soon as it started raining, they seen a little wet spot and start running their bills down into it. And they dig out a little wallow like that, almost like a pig. Look at them go. And then they somehow inherently know it will fill with water. And now they can swim around in it, splash around in it, drink from it. You know, but who am I? Who am I to try to make it perfect? As long as they're happy, I guess. Duck, 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 duck. Well, let's walk down here and see if my pond is turning into a pond or if I still have a $10,000 hole in the ground. See it back there in the back corner of the property. Rim of the pond. I'd be happy if there's even a 15 or 20 foot around mud puddle in there. We did have quite a bit of rain, but it's not going to fill a brand new pond like that. Yeah. It's just back filled or full to where it was last time it rained. Just that real deep spot in the back is about 2 foot deeper than the rest of the pond. It's the low spot. It keeps filling up. Every time it rains, it'll fill up. About 10 or 12 days later, it'll just be a muddy spot back there. Which, from what I've heard, is kind of what you want it to do. It'll fill up a little more each time. And each time it does, it picks up sediment. And it settles where the water was and kind of seals off that spot, which allows it to fill up even further, the next time, and so on and so on and so on. But we'll see. It's about a quarter acre, about 9 foot deep, 9.5 foot deep. Definitely 9.5 foot deep back there. Maybe even 10, the deepest spot of that, 10 foot deep. It tapers up to this side. Hopefully be some real good walleye fishing, crappie fishing. Or I can put all my pigs down here and have a heck of a nice wallow for them. $10,000 wallow. So anyway, I'm just going to take a quick couple minutes here and talk briefly about what made me decide to make this change that we're doing, and what it is that I intend and how I intend on doing it here at the Cowman Ranch. Never going to bring politics or my political opinions or talk about politics or anything like that. If I put out a video, it's going to be about what I am doing, and that's all I care to know or talk or make videos about. I'm not interested in one side or the other. I don't care. You all do what you want to do. I don't bring it here, and that's the one and only time I'll ever bring that up. So we were a small trucking company, owner-operators. We were that for the last 8.5 years. Well, the previous 8.5 years, I should say. We've been doing this now for almost 6 months. We're building up this farm here. It pretty much got to the point, what all has gone on in the last 2.5, 3 years, that it's just, I don't know, when you get to the point where you're traveling across the country and you don't even feel safe for you and your wife to be where you're at half the time, and you never know where you're going to go next, and you see the costs of everything going up, taxes going up, supply availability of things going down. It got to the point where there was wasn't even really major things wrong with our pretty much brand new Volvo semi-truck, but 2 of them were things that would put you out of service. You would get a ticket, like if the DOT pulled you over, you would get a ticket and get put out of service. You'd get a fine, and you wouldn't even be able to do anything until you corrected the problem. Problem is, those 2 things are on national back order, meaning you can't get them anywhere. There's nothing you can do to fix them. Nothing. So you're just out of business. Just things like that. The more you make, the more you didn't have. All the fears and talks and reality of food and food prices and the quality. I started looking into the quality, having been to these places. I won't name any. But having been to a lot of these places that raise your food, if that's what you want to call it, how they're treated, what they're fed, the things they do just to keep them alive, so they can feed them to you, because the things the way they raise them, what they feed them, the conditions they live in, they have a hard time just staying alive. So they pump them full of hormones and antibiotics. And I even had a worker at one of these factories tell me that the chickens, if you were to take the standard way you raise a chicken, if you were to take them off of all antibiotics, right, the massive doses of stuff they pump into these chickens, by the 10th day, they would be dead, just from natural, just from not being able to survive in the conditions they're being raised in. Then I got to a few of these places that produce the grains and the foods and stuff they feed, the slop they feed to these animals that you're eating. And that was literally right then and there enough of that for me. I haven't ate, I can't say nothing, but I've almost ate no meats at all, other than what I've been able to harvest from my small flock so far. And that'll just, I'm not really going to get into it any more than that. I just don't agree with, don't want to partake in, don't want to be a part of, don't want to be around, don't want to consume anything that's pretty much going on in this society. Again, either side. I don't care if you're right, left, center, upside down, back. None of that makes any difference to me. I'm just getting away from it completely. I don't care who's in office. There will never be politics ever brought up on this channel or site again. But my intentions here are to raise a quality premium product, food, proteins, vegetables, fruits, just, you know, everything that I can raise realistically myself. And everything will be grass-fed, all natural, pasture-raised. The pork will be forested pork. In other words, they will be raised in about 6 or 8 acre pastures that are up in the woods where they can run around free, root, and do things that a pig should do. Just like these ducks. I've got pictures of them sitting all over me. I sat down in the grass over there by that mud hole, and they just basically piled on me, put their heads down and went to sleep. Hand fed them since they were babies. The animals that are raised here on my farm are going to have the quality of life like no other animal on any farm and any plant, you know, and any production company has ever seen before, ever. Like I said, it'll always be all natural. I'm going to, as best to my ability, raise all like heritage animals. We're going to have Dexter cattle here. We'll have sheep. We'll have probably Duroc and maybe a cross Duroc, pigs, chickens. I'm actually gonna try to eventually breed in my own chicken. Basically, I'm buying 3 chickens that I think are quality meat and egg producers. Have a lot of the good traits that I want. New Hampshire Reds, Rhode Island Reds, and Golden Lace Wyandottes. And I'm going to eventually crossbreed them into a whole new breed of chicken that have all the good qualities that I was looking for in a chicken, basically. Everything here will be USDA certified. When we butcher chickens, you'll be able to buy them fresh the day of or the morning after, or frozen, you know, as long as we have stock here at the farm. We will have I'm in the process of putting it together, building it out, I should say, a farmer's market, a storefront here at the property. I'll leave the address in the description below. We'll be open certain hours, certain days. I haven't really decided that yet, but you'll be able to come here, walk in the store, look at our stuff, come look at our animals, walk through our pastures, see you know, the animals that you'll be consuming, how they're treated, how they're raised, how they're fed. You know, I don't know of any other place, and I looked, trust me, because if I probably found a place that is going to be able to provide me with a quality premium product that I am looking for in all ways, you know what I mean? I want a good quality tasting steak, but I want that animal to have the best life I've ever seen an animal to have before. I want them out on pasture, out in the air, open air, in the sunshine, you know what I mean? Being able to lay out in the grass, no hormones, you know, all those kinds of things. I couldn't find anybody anywhere near me that produces the kind of product that I am going to produce in the way that I am going to do it. So that's the story here. Cowman Ranch will be open. We should have our first eggs sometime in February, and then of course we'll just grow out from there. We'll have more and more things come available as 2023 progresses. So that's the kind of thing you're looking for. You can come here to the ranch and get all I can produce. Appreciate you guys watching. If you wouldn't mind, of course, like, comment, subscribe. More content here from the farm. And again, I'm just a dumb truck driver, figuring it out. I've got I got what I call a high level of common sense. I've got some pretty good skills with my hands, general ability to do things, and I'm gonna figure it out as I go along. And in the end, I will get where I want to be. And that's about that. Appreciate you guys watching. See you next video.